This is KMTV 3 News Now, live at 10.
Making sure kids are safely strapped in. Parents have been required to use car safety seats for years, but now that law is getting tougher. There are new requirements in effect tonight, and not following them could result in a fine or put your driver's license in jeopardy. Good evening, I'm Craig Nigrelli. The law began with the new year, but do parents really understand it? Reporter Alex McClune explains the changes. Alex.
Well, Craig, at first thought, child passenger safety laws seem simple. The state honed in on these rules early 2018, making adjustments. But most people we talked to today didn't know these changes happened.
I already thought it was a law.
The first change to child passenger safety in Nebraska deals with the age of these young travelers. Now, children 8 years old and younger must ride in a federally approved child safety seat. Teresa Ashton thought the rules were determined by a child's size.
We have actually a 9-year-old, but we thought it was a height thing, that you had to stay in the booster until I think it was 59 inches, something like that. That's just what the pediatrician had told us, to make sure we kept him in there till he was at a certain height. And then once he got to that height, he could go out of the booster.
Other changes in the law address the way that car seats face. Children up to age 2 must be seated this way, facing the back of the car.
Children in a rear-facing seat, the seats are more protective of the head, neck, and spine. The younger children, their bones have not even fused yet, so they don't necessarily have all the support from their skeleton that they need in some of these seats.
Some parents we talked to say the rule changes can be hard to track. Jed and Kim Snar have lived across the country and say the child car safety law is something that's different depending on where you live, and it's not always black and white.
Depending on your circumstance, your awareness of the law can take a lot of different ways to meet those personal safety needs.
There is a penalty if you don't meet these new requirements in Nebraska. A violation carries a $25 fine before court costs and 1 point assessed on the driver's record. Reporting live in studio, Alex McClune, 3 News Now.
Shopping online might cost you a bit more this year. Online retailers were supposed to start collecting sales tax from customers in Nebraska today. Some companies like Amazon were already doing so. The state tax commissioner says he will enforce the sales tax law on businesses that generate more than $100,000 worth of online sales per year, or 200 transactions in Nebraska. A new federal law means all hospitals across the country will have to post the prices of their medical services online, and it must be easy to download. Watchdog groups say it's an important step to help patients manage their care. However, the posted prices do not indicate what your insurance or Medicare will cover. Other laws now in place for 2019. 20 states have a higher minimum wage. Also, you now need to be at least 21 to buy long guns or semi-automatic rifles in a half dozen states. The legal smoking age in Massachusetts is now 21 instead of 18. In Colorado, people can now buy full-strength beer in grocery and convenience stores. The old law required that anyone looking to buy beer stronger than 3.2% alcohol had to go to a liquor store.
Now, your Weather Alert First Forecast.
Good evening, everyone. I'm 3 News Now. Meteorologist Mark Stitz. And for Jennifer on this first day of January, Happy New Year to you. Temperatures, though, feeling like winter. We're at 14 degrees in Omaha, and boy, we barely were able to warm up this afternoon after dropping into the single digits to start the day. Single digits of Sioux City, 8 degrees right now. Norfolk, Columbus coming in 11 and 13. Shenandoah at 14. So again, very cold out there. And unfortunately, we did not see much sunshine out there earlier today. Skies began to clear late in the day, but then this next little round of cloud cover moved in. Good news is skies will clear overnight, meaning lots of sunshine on the way as we finish off the second half of the work week. But again, a frigid start to the day. Temperatures for the morning commute in the single digits, unless you're heading out a little bit later. Maybe some double digits for you as that sunshine starts to come out. Big warm up on the way. We'll talk about that coming up.
All right, Mark, Omaha police made 1 arrest and are looking for 2 other guys wanted for a robbery spree that began around 6 this morning. Investigators say the men in this video robbed 3 convenience stores, including the Phillips 66 at 59th and Sorensen, the Buc-ee's at 72nd and Maple, and the Quick Shop at 72nd and Crown Point. During the last robbery, a customer exchanged gunfire with the robbers. Later, police booked 24-year-old Marcus Evans on robbery and gun charges. A deadly start to the new year in Lincoln. Cops booked 21-year-old Neelan Gray Jr. today for murder. Investigators found the victim, a woman, stabbed and lying in a driveway at 19th and Montclair last night. Paramedics attempted CPR, but she died at the scene. Lincoln police are expected to release her name tomorrow. Omaha ended the year on a more positive note when it comes to violent crime. There were no murders over the holiday weekend, meaning the city has gone more than 100 days without a killing. Last week, police announced it's the first time that has ever happened. Last month, we reported the 21 murders are the fewest in decades. In fact, there were 50 in 2016. The chief believes prevention efforts with community groups like Omaha 360 are reducing crime.
The relationships that the police department is intentionally building with our students and with our youth in our community is having a major impact on how things work and how we can continue to get those numbers to decrease.
The director of Omaha 360 said encouraging minority kids to become police officers, firefighters, and paramedics can keep them out of the juvenile justice system. An overnight search for a man accused of shooting at deputies ended with police finding him in a creek hiding. The State Patrol tweeted a picture of the scene near Elba. That's about 75 miles west of Columbus. Deputies from various counties plus the State Patrol helicopter and SWAT team were searching for the guy. Troopers used a dog to capture the man. Paramedics took him to the hospital. He was suffering from hypothermia. Tomorrow morning could be your last chance to speak out about a plan by Douglas County to buy the MUD building in downtown Omaha. MUD will hold a public hearing before it votes on whether to accept the county's $6 million offer. If approved, the building near 17th and Harney would be renovated as a courthouse annex. The county's plan to build a new juvenile justice center remains in limbo. The owner of the historic Perrin building at 18th and Howard refuses to give up his property. More jobs and less time in line at the DMV among the goals set by Governor Pete Ricketts for the new year. The governor touted the state's wage growth and low unemployment numbers in 2018. He says the state will now look to cut waste and speed up state government. He also called for property tax relief and year-round sales of E15 gasoline. Did you go to the gym today or tonight? A lot of people did. It was very crowded. Many folks in Omaha got right to work on that New Year's resolution. Reporter John Kipper headed to West Omaha to see what people are vowing to do more of this year.
It's the first of the year, and that means people all across the world are figuring out how they can do better in 2019. So we headed to the Omaha Shields to see what people around here had to say. Why don't you come along?
Doing a story today on New Year's resolutions. Curious if either of you ladies happen to make any.
Not really, other than just trying to drink coffee at home more than going out and spending money on coffee.
I have to do that as well. How about yourself?
Just eat healthier, so work out a lot more. So.
It's easy to say at this point in the year,
Yeah, it's your first day, so we'll see how it goes.
Some folks are looking to add some things to their plate in 2019.
We're going to take more vacations.
I like that. Anywhere in particular?
Maybe Disney World?
Well, maybe start working out again.
Others hope to take it a bit easier instead.
Quit working.
I like that. I like that. Have you told your boss that yet?
I'm at that age. I should quit working, so yeah.
And now Mary Reeson takes a different approach than pretty much anybody.
I think of a word for the year and try to live by that word.
Oh, interesting. Have you thought of a word yet?
Yeah, grateful.
And of course, there's always those who are just not big fans of the whole New Year's resolution thing.
I don't really have any resolutions. I believe that you can make a resolution any time of the year, so why wait till New Year's?
I like that approach. So you never make them on New Year's?
Never make New Year's resolutions.
So you're going to make like a March resolution or anything like that? Or
if I decided I need change in my life, I just do it.
Doing a story today on New Year's resolutions. I'm curious if you happen to make any this year.
No.
No. Did you ever make any?
Yes.
Yes?
Many in my life.
Just not feeling like it this year?
Well, I never fulfilled them. That's a problem.
In Omaha, John Kipper, 3 News Now.
I like the lady with the word. How about optimistic? Wouldn't that be great for 2019? John talked to a lot of people, by the way, about 2019. You can see their resolutions by going to our website, 3newsnow.com, and clicking on the story. Lots of joy at Methodist Women's Hospital in Elkhorn today. The first baby of the new year was born at 12:02 a.m. to Katie and Mike Seba of Bennington. A baby girl, Peyton, who you see right here, came into this world at 7 pounds, 3 ounces. She was not expected until January 19th, but when the mother was not feeling well, she went to the hospital.
Yeah, so it wasn't planned. It was like, well, let's just do this, and the watching the ball drop in the background, so it was kind of fun.
She and her husband had New Year's Eve dinner plans with friends, but those plans changed in a really good way. Baby Peyton, by the way, is their first child, and she is adorable. Wow. Heartbreak in Houston after the shooting of a 7-year-old girl who was just riding in the car. Also, a toddler falls into a wild animal exhibit in Florida. How her dad jumped into action. Next.
The Nebraska Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired is dedicated to helping Nebraskans lead independent and rewarding lives. If you are blind or visually impaired due to illness or injury, employment assistance and life skills training are free in our office or in your own home. The Nebraska Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired is empowering, promoting, and building belief in the blind. Learn more at ncbvi.nebraska.gov.
How does Fit feel to you?
Fit feels fantastic.
Fit feels fierce.
Fit feels fun.
Fit feels free right now with no enrollment at Genesis Health Clubs. Hurry, offer ends soon.
How does Fit feel to you?
Get started today and find out what it feels like at genesishealthclubs.com.
The final days of Toyotathon are counting down with a great selection of our most popular models, like the adventurous RAV4, stylish Highlander, sporty Camry, and more. And that means huge year-end savings for a very short time.
Get 0% APR or $1,500 customer cash on a new Tacoma, or 0% APR or $3,500 on a new Tundra. Hurry, these offers won't last long.
This is short too.
Toyota, let's go places.
Renowned American nature photographer Thomas D. Mangelson has traveled throughout the natural world for nearly 50 years observing and photographing the Earth's last great wild places. A Life in the Wild now until January at the Durham Museum. KMTV is a proud sponsor.
I am Caleb. And I love karate.
A 4th grader with a mean front kick, Caleb has been fighting type 1 diabetes since he was 2. Never in the ring alone, he has the specialists at Children's in his corner. Black belts in treating children with diabetes and endocrine disorders. Quite a matchup. Caleb brings we bring the pediatric expertise and compassionate care. Children's Hospital and Medical Center. We know children.
I turned on the light and turned around and looked at my 7-year-old, and she was leaned against the door, and she was not moving. She was not breathing. I knew then that she was gone.
A mother in Houston describes the horror after gunfire killed her daughter, 7-year-old Jasmine Barnes, as they were driving in their car on Sunday morning. The driver of a red pickup fired gunshots at them. LaPortia Washington called the attack totally unprovoked.
I didn't do anything. I didn't make a wrong turn. I didn't get over in his lane. I didn't do none of that. He fired off at us for no reason. None.
Police still have not caught the shooter. He's believed to be a white man in his 40s with a beard. A trip to a Florida zoo turned into frightening moments for a family. A 2-year-old was taking part in a hands-on education experience at the Brevard Zoo when she fell between steel poles into the rhino exhibit. At least one animal touched the girl with its snout as her dad rescued her. Paramedics took the girl to the hospital. Her father says the girl is doing well tonight. The Pentagon is under new leadership tonight after the previous Secretary of Defense stepped down. A midnight call transferred power from James Mattis to Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan. These are pictures of Shanahan's visit to Stratcom at Offutt here in Omaha in April. Today, Shanahan called his new role an honor, saying he looks forward to working with the president. The new year in Washington begins with the same old debate, border security and the wall. The Trump administration has invited congressional Republicans and Democrats to the White House tomorrow for a briefing. Today, he tweeted about incoming House Majority Leader Nancy Pelosi, saying, "Let's make a deal." Tonight, she tweeted back saying the president is giving Democrats the chance to show they can govern responsibly. The Husker basketball team received a special tour today. Let's take a look together. You're about to see video video of the team viewing the U.S. Capitol, along with Senator Ben Sasse right there. The team is in the Washington, D.C. area ahead of tomorrow's game with Maryland. The senator said it's a great excuse to wear his Husker gear yet again. A wall of flames at a New Year's party and something called a Fire NATO. Why firefighters were already in place, waiting. Next.
And here in Omaha, it was a frigid start to the new year. We went from 5 degrees this morning to only 15 this afternoon. Remember, a year ago, we set that record low temperature of 20 below zero. Warmer weather on the way. We'll spell it all out for you coming up.
To me, when Emmanuel says here for you, not for profit, it means they're different.
When Mary and I were looking at retirement communities, we could see there were a lot of places eager to take our money.
We picked Emmanuel because they're in it for the people, like us. Always having our best interests in mind and giving us choices that perfectly fit our active lifestyles.
Emmanuel is here for us, inspiring us to live our lives worry-free and really to do more in our retirement.
You finally did it. You invited both sides of the family over. One table, 12 people. This could get interesting, but you can handle this. You were built for this. Ford Explorer, built for the holidays.
Now get a new Explorer with $4,500 cash back or 0% financing for 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
We're where kids get off to a healthy start. We're Boys Town Pediatrics. Come grow with us.
Don't miss the celebration. Shop the New Year's sale at Nebraska Furniture Mart. For a limited time, get 10% off the already low Mart price on furniture, flooring, and NFM Plus appliances, TVs, and home audio. Plus January 2021 financing store-wide. Furniture, flooring, appliances, electronics, and more. All in one huge store with knowledgeable sales professionals to help. It won't last long. Save 10% off Mart price on qualifying purchases. Hurry in. Don't miss the New Year's sale at Nebraska Furniture Mart.
As part of KMTV3's public service obligation, the station broadcasts programs that serve the educational and informational needs of children 16 years and younger. KMTV maintains quarterly reports regarding its children's educational and informational programming in the station's online public file available at fcc.gov.
Look at this stunning video out of the Netherlands as a New Year's Eve bonfire whirls out of control, causing several other fires to break out along the beach. The bonfire is part of a competition with a neighboring town. Firefighters were already in place and moved people away from that danger. Well, from fire to water, look at this drone video of the steam coming off Canal Park Lake in Duluth, Minnesota. It happens when the air temperature dips below the water temperature rapidly. The effect is amplified when the water and wind are calm, letting the steam hang around. All right, weather meteorologist Mark Stitz is here, and it might feel like we're living along Lake Superior when you feel the temperatures outside tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah, it's going to be frigid out there one more time in the morning, and then we get a nice warm up on the way. So it was quite a hit of cold weather, but it's not going to be a long cold snap for us. So warmer weather on the way, and already we're seeing temperatures kind of moderate out there. But again, this morning, it was absolutely cold. Mentioned already 5 degrees in Omaha this morning. Look at northeast Nebraska. Boy, those areas dropping down below zero. That was actual temperatures. Of course, wind chills were absolutely awful last night with those strong winds. And you can see down towards northwest Missouri, southwest Iowa, managing to hold on to their double digits earlier today. Now, throughout the day, unfortunately, didn't see a whole lot of sunshine. Skies began to clear along and north of I-80. Then a little bit more cloud cover rolled back in. But good news is, overall tonight, the trend will be clearing skies, meaning lots of sunshine on the way as we finish up the second half of the work week. Right now, though, we're at 14 degrees in Omaha. We've actually increased temperatures a couple degrees over the last couple of hours. So we're already seeing that warm air push in just a little bit, and that could actually prevent some of us from actually dipping down into those single digits by morning. Wayne right now, one of the colder places at 10 along with Denison. Clarinda, you guys are coming at 14 along with Nebraska City. So our winds really lightened up throughout the day, but early this morning, wind gusts were still around 30 miles per hour for a lot of us. But again, those winds winds much lighter now. And look at this. You can kind of see that general trend. We're starting to get the wind in out of the south. It's very light, but again, that's going to help temperatures stay a little bit warmer through the overnight hours. So some of us will hit the single digits, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of us don't manage to get down that cold. Here in Omaha, we'll probably drop down to about 8 degrees to start the day, but a quick warm up heading into lunchtime. Lots of sunshine. Those winds start to pick up out of the south. That pushes us into the mid-20s at lunchtime. And by the afternoon, we're looking at above freezing temperatures. It's been a few days since we've seen that, but a lot of us will see those mid-30s for the afternoon. And again, a big part of that is going to be the winds coming out of the southwest. Could even be a little bit breezy at time with some wind gusts a little bit closer to 15 miles per hour. But again, that's going to pump in that warmer air, pushing us into the mid-30s for Wednesday afternoon. Thursday, winds lighten up a little bit, but again, those winds still out of the southwest. The important thing is that the winds are not coming out of the north or northwest, pulling in that cold air, and that's going to allow, again, temperatures to slowly climb as we head towards the end of the work week, along with that sunshine. So Tuesday, mid-40s, and we go a little bit higher for your Friday, upper 40s. And good news is, if you don't like the warm or the cold weather, we have plenty more of this warmer weather on the way for you. Again, as we go into the weekend, upper 40s, even nearing 50 on Saturday. And then look at that, mid-40s, even continuing into early next week. That red line down at the bottom, that's our average high of 33 degrees, at least here in Omaha. So overnight tonight, 8 degrees for that morning low. Skies will continue to clear, letting in a whole lot of sunshine as we go into the middle part of the work week and heading into the end of the work week as well. So tomorrow afternoon, winds a little bit breezy at times, mainly out of the south and southwest, and that's going to pump in the warmer air, sunshine helping out, pushing us near 35 degrees for the afternoon. A little bit later in the work week, if you are working, 46 on Thursday. But look at those mornings. They're still a little bit chilly. They're not single-digit cold, but they're still chilly. 20 on Thursday. Friday, we'll start things off in the mid-20s, but look at that, upper 40s for the afternoon with mostly sunny skies. What you'll also notice is a lack of rainfall and a lack of snowfall. Just lots of sunshine for Saturday as well. Again, that's the day we could approach 50 degrees. If you're south of I-80, you'll most likely hit those low 50s the way it looks right now. Sunday, a little bit more cloud cover starts to build in. That's going to keep us down into the mid-40s, but again, still a good 10 degrees above average for this time of year. Sunday night, maybe a few raindrops or snowflakes to dodge, but not looking like a big deal right now. Those clouds hang around for Monday, keeping us in the mid-40s, but that sunshine should return as we go towards the early part of our next work week on Tuesday.
All right, not exactly cargo shorts and flip-flops, but pretty close for this time of year.
Yeah, when some of us were below zero this morning, we'll take the 40s any day.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to. Thank you, Mark.
Yep.
Many lottery players hit convenience stores across the country tonight, hoping to begin the new year by hitting it big. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $425 million, the 8th largest in game history. The last time somebody won on New Year's Day was 2008. So without further ado, here are tonight's winning Mega Millions lottery numbers: 34, 44, 57, 62, and 70, with a Mega Ball number of 14. Again, the jackpot, $425 million. As they say, check your tickets and good luck. The Iowa football team hopes to start 2019 with a win. Adam has the highlights from the Hawkeyes game and many other bowl games next in sports.